Greetings, my friends. This is Dr. Gabrielidis, and it's February 2016, and I'm talking to you from the Mediterranean. Late afternoon here, looking at the beautiful Mediterranean Sea. Just opens my heart, the beauty, the endless sea, beautiful skies, clouds. Wonderful time to be alive, to be thankful for life. Today, my friends, I'd like to talk about the secret of physical beauty that no one talks about, because there is actually a secret to physical beauty that no one talks about. And of course, once you succeed in making yourself physically beautiful in face, in body, as an automatic benefit, you also become beautiful in soul, in spirit, emotionally, etc., health-wise, etc. So, as a holistic nutritionist, I've taken many so-called ugly people and made them beautiful physically. In my opinion, there are no ugly people. Only opinions of one person regarding another that they are ugly. Anyway, for the sake of argument and for the sake of this short video, I mention it for what it's worth. Now, how did I, as a professional, as a practicing holistic nutritionist, take so-called ugly people physically and made them beautiful in body and face and mind and emotionally? Now, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? However, it is clearly and so simply elucidated upon in my new book entitled Enter Your Paradise Now, available from Amazon. The links will be on the YouTube link. Look for them, they'll be there in the notes. But I've written it elucidating upon the secret of how we can make ourselves literally more beautiful in face and body, etc. And I've made it so simple that even a child can understand it and apply it by reading my book. But now, in this short video, I just want to whet your appetite a little by talking about how to make yourself more beautiful and happier and more irresistible physically by picking an everyday example. My book goes into the complete story. So now, did you know, for example, that the way you prepare a meal, something most of us do every day or not, maybe we buy a meal, maybe you cook it yourself, or whether you're unpacking the Chinese meal to go you just bought, the way you go about either preparing that meal or buying the meal and eating it, as an example, has a huge impact on whether you're making yourself more beautiful from moment to moment, or whether conversely you're sliding into more and more. I also love humor. I try and smile and clown around as much as is possible without becoming an idiot, without overdoing it. Anyway, and remember, I'm talking about physical beauty or / ugliness, not spiritual or metaphorical beauty, okay? Although, as I said, a huge side benefit is, of course, spiritual beauty as well. Okay, so come with me on this brief excursion into making yourself either more beautiful or more ugly by preparing to eat your Chinese meal to go. Ugliness first. Let's get the neutral news out of the way. I used to say, I've got bad news and good news. Which do you want to hear first, the good news or the bad news? Now I don't use that phrase anymore. There is no bad news. Neutral news and good news. So the neutral news first, ugliness first. You think to yourself, as you're unpacking your Chinese meal to go, oh crap, I'm eating junk food again. When will I ever get my act together? Who knows? Now, realize, my friends, that scientifically and physically and spiritually and mentally, you, by saying that, by thinking negatively like that, or voicing it, or whatever, you instantly upregulate or activate your stress genes, which inevitably and without doubt lead to ugliness, physical ugliness, premature aging, chronic degenerative disease. Now please, this happens over time. You know, instantly think a bad thought and look in the mirror, oh my word, I've become suddenly the hunchback of Notre Dame. Old human idiot. No, it takes time, okay? The average person has about 65,000 to 75,000 negative thoughts per day. Neuroscientists can't decide which. And most of them are negative for most of us. 99% of them, the proverbial 99% of those 65,000 to 75,000 thoughts per day are negative. And realize that these negative thoughts over time condition our current personality, which determines whether we become healthier and more physically beautiful or sicker and uglier. That's the base. That's the baseline. That's what you have to work with. The old adage that our wonderful friend Earl Nightingale made so famous in years gone by. You become what you think about all day long. Ugly. Years ago, as an aside, humorous aside, I love live radio. Used to do it a lot, not anymore. Maybe I'll start again, one never knows. I had a nun on my radio program once in Houston, Texas. Okay. You take it that nuns don't lie, and she's not the only one. Many people have told me that. Man, Pan, you've been blessed with a beautiful visage. Did you know that? I thought that was a very nice compliment from a nun. Wonderful soul. We had a wonderful, interesting, fascinating program together, talking about basically the same things we're talking about right now. Anyway, so, done with ugliness now. Ugly thoughts, ugly emotions, ugly feelings produce physical ugliness. Now, let's get to the exciting part. Let's talk about physical beauty. What generates that? What manifests that? So, let's go back to the everyday example and stick to that, our Chinese meal to go. Let's say that instead of the aforementioned negative thoughts about the Chinese meal, oh, it's junk food, full of monosodium glutamate, MSG, etc. You instead think as follows: yay, Chinese meal to go. I personally love Chinese meals to go. Man, how wonderful that we have this service available to us. They're yummy, they're healthy, they're satisfying, satiating, and man, they can make me more beautiful physically, in face and body. Now, the latest neuroscience, this wasn't available decades ago. This has just become available in the last maybe 5 to 7 years as far as we non-neuroscientists are concerned, okay? Realize that the science of epigenetics, psychoneuroimmunology, the placebo effect, the nocebo effect. Realize that these are now sciences that are blaring loud and clear, almost unanimously, that when you say this about your Chinese meal, hey, it's yummy, it's healthy, it's satisfying, it's going to make me beautiful physically. Realize that thinking like this instantly, and of course it continues to over time, because you become what you think about 65,000 times a day, okay, the average thoughts, remember? When you think, when you become self-aware, you see, and you sort of metaphorically step back and you observe yourself, what is Pat thinking about now? Beautiful Mediterranean Sea again. I love it. What is Jim thinking about it now? You know, what is Linda thinking about now? What's Mary or Helen thinking about right now? Realize that instantly our thoughts, our positive thoughts, our good thoughts, our loving thoughts, instantly and continuously upregulate, which is a neuroscientific term for meaning activates. You activate immediately your physical beauty genes. Wow. And coincidentally, your health, youthful, disease-free, happy genes as well. That's what we want. So, if you take the average person's 65,000 to 75,000 thoughts per day, and say 99% of them for most of us are negative and anti-beauty. So year in, year out, by the time the average person is 35 years old, one has fashioned either an ugly face and body or a beautiful face and body. It's that simple. Isn't it amazing? Good news now. Good news now for my English listeners. Lived for many years in the States, so my news has become news, and now I'm mixed up. Interchangeably, sometimes I say news, sometimes I say news, whatever. We understand each other. So, good news now. No matter how old you are, don't think, oh no, I'm past 35. Oh no, it's too late for me. No. No matter how old you are, my new book, titled Enter Your Paradise Now, will take you on the journey to make yourself more physically beautiful. And it is so simple, I repeat, and clear that even a child can understand and apply it. And on the information site, you'll see where you can buy it from Amazon. I think it's $11.85, $11.89, I don't know, $11 and some cents. That's it for today. I want to make it short and sweet. I love you all. This is Dr. Pan. Till next time, take care, my friends.